Welcome back to Digital 100. I'm your host Patrick Wagner, and this is episode number 17. So I'm very excited to tell you guys about a story, and I think it's one of these stories that really has a golden nugget inside of it that really helps you understand what perseverance is and what the secret to success is as an entrepreneur. So I go to a cottage a couple times a year, and last week I was up at the cottage. So it's up in northern Ontario. I bump into a farmer who I buy corn from on a regular basis, and his name was Jack, and he had been farming for just about 40 years now. And so I got into a conversation with him and chatted with him about what he did, how he got started, and his story really kind of blew me away because I think it rings true with all entrepreneurs and anybody who's creating or inventing or doing anything, when they put themselves out there. And so it was funny, we sat there for about 20 minutes chatting, and my daughter was with me, and I think she got a little bit bored, but we chatted about his business and how he started, and it was amazing. Everything started with one summer. He had an idea to grow a little bit of corn on a 1-acre plot of land as a test, as a hobby, let me see if we can make a little bit of extra money. He said that the idea was really if they could grow a little bit of corn, then the kids could sell the corn by the roadside and be able to get new running shoes and a few new items for school each year. And so a little tiny idea, grew into his life, his career, and a successful business. So fast forward to today, and he's got over 40 acres. He's been selling off portions to people and businesses as they develop in his area. He has portions for his family as well, the sons and daughters that he does have. He no longer does it as actively, but he's still out every single day picking some corn and putting it out by the roadside and selling that corn, making some money. Still loves planting the corn and doing what he does. So he found something he loved. He found something that made him happy and fulfilled him, and he went after it. And the biggest point was, he went after it. So it started with that small idea. He took the risk and went after it. And then he committed to continue doing it. And he said there were bad years. There were years where nothing worked, where the entire crop got wiped out. And that happens to you as an entrepreneur or as a person. There are bad months. There are bad years. Having the perseverance to get through those storms and know that there's a light at that end of that tunnel, and having a good network of people you can trust and count on to help you get through those times. And if you don't, just realize that, there is a light at the end of that tunnel, that this is part of being in business. And I think our farmer Jack story really kind of emphasizes that if it starts as a little tiny idea and you work on it and you commit to it and it becomes your passion and your life, not only does it fulfill you as a person, but it gives you the opportunity to grow and be more successful, and realize that there will be those problems and those challenges along the way. And so don't give up, that year when the crop fails. He could have given up many years ago, many times he said, but he didn't. And each time he didn't give up, he was able to buy a little bit more land a few years later. So all of these moves really do work on top of each other as building blocks for your foundation for your future. So secret to success is have that idea, go after the idea, be consistent, and don't give up on your idea. There's lots of things you can do. Obviously, I'm never going to push people to go out and do something that's not successful and doesn't return a result, because at a certain point you do have to pull the plug and change and do things differently. But on the opposite side, there's been many times in my life where I can look back and say there were moments where, had I not given up, things would have been dramatically different for my business, or I would have been in a different business. And I think that's the key point here is don't give up, go after your dream, have those dreams. Something's going to be really big one day from one of those dreams, or you never really know how a small idea, like a little bit of a hobby or a little bit of a business that starts off one year, may in 5 or 10 years become something huge and a great big part of your life, and be a great big part of your success as well. So keep that in mind. Go after your dreams, build your digital businesses, but make sure you have a plan and you prioritize and you go after those things correctly. It's important to have a passion. It's important to know and do something you love, but it's also very important to go after those priorities in the right order, so you're not wasting your time and efforts, especially if you're either working another job, you have a family to take care of and other responsibilities. You have to be even more vigilant with your priorities and make sure you're not wasting your time, doing things that take you away from what actually produces those results and gets you closer to success. So have a great day, and remember, get out there, hustle hard, and build that digital business. Have a great day, everyone.